strong this morning. All right, now I'm ready. All right, different kind of video today. I wanted to kind of switch up the content this week. I said in the first video, whenever I started the channel, that it was kind of a throwaway line, but I ended up putting it in the channel description, that this channel's, though it's primarily about Shelter and Soapbox, being a place to talk about doctrine, answer questions, do apologetics, and also a place to teach, to engage culture, to stand up to the world. Though those are the two primary goals for this YouTube channel, on top of that, and again, I said this line in the video, I ended up putting it in the channel description, this is also going to be a Christian junk drawer channel. And by that, I mean I'm going to put things on here that I'm interested in making, content on here that I think will be helpful just in general. And so there'll be some pretty random videos and hopefully some even fun videos that pop up on the channel from time to time. And I think this is going to be one of those videos, or at least I hope it's going to be one of those videos. I just wanted to talk about something that I'm enjoying right now and go on a little rant about that. So I don't know if this falls into like the Christian junk drawer kind of topic, or if it's like, I don't know if we could like call it like Christian lifestyle or what, but yeah, we're going to talk about something a little bit different today. I've been enjoying, this is what we're going to talk about, I've been enjoying reading and getting the Banner of Truth magazine. The Banner of Truth magazine. I learned about this year and was looking into it, and I was at Rockaway Beach with the family looking at it while the kids were digging around in the sand, and just looking at kind of the content and the frequency and the output, and I was super interested and excited in the prospect of a Banner of Truth magazine. And then I saw the price tag on it, and I was really surprised at how much it costs for how much you get. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. If you haven't picked it up yet, I'm a big Banner of Truth fan. I love their books. I've got, let me just give you a little bit of an office tour here. Got my backdrop here. We'll do an actual office tour at some point. I wouldn't even call this necessarily like a YouTube studio. This is literally just my church office. But like from here down are my Banner of Truth books. As you can see, I've got John Owen up here, his complete works. Got that last year. I barely made a dent in it. Owen is wordy and hard to read, and there's a lot of these books I started in the first volume. My goal is by the end of life to read through all of this set. One of my friends sent me, my friend works at Francis Schaeffer's church in St. Louis, which is pretty cool. The church that was Francis Schaeffer's church back in the day. Can you hear me? I don't even know if the mic can reach this far. I hope so. I hope I'm not too far away for you to hear. But sent me John Owen's Hebrew set, which is right there. And so that's a 7-volume commentary just on Hebrews. I haven't gotten to go through it yet. I'm going to preach through Hebrews at some point. I'm about to start preaching through Matthew's gospel at my church. I'm very excited to at some point preach through the epistle to the Hebrews, the epistle of Hebrews. The epistle of Hebrews, that's what it's called. At some point using Owen. Kind of right here is like my theology and history section. Got like Spurgeon's biography, Calvin's sermons on Galatians, which are just excellent. Right here we've got a lot of Ian Murray books. I love Ian Murray. Not on the shelf right now is Revival and Revivalism. I'm working on a video on that book right now. Got Theology Works, some Ryle over here, some the Institutes, Berkhoff's Systematic. Down here I've got, this was not intended to be a show and tell of my books, but here we are. I've got J.C. Ryle's Expository Thoughts on the Gospels. I'm about to go through Matthew's Gospel. I'll be using his commentary. The only Banner of Truth book that's not over there right now is Spurgeon's commentary on Matthew, which I'm also going to use for my Matthew preach through. And it's over here in my commentary section, and excited to go through that. But again, this is not supposed to be a book show and tell. I just wanted to say, big fan of Banner Truth. They put out so much good stuff. I like using old books, church history books, books from primary source books from church history for practical ministry. So much wisdom back in the day, and Banner Truth just publishes that kind of content where it's either people going back and using kind of in a retrieval way old books, getting reprints of old books, a lot of Puritans, things like that, sermons. So I find it helpful. So I love Banner Truth. And with that said, the magazine, I found it just a few months ago, and went ahead and subscribed whenever I saw the price tag. So it's $30 for a year, and you get multiple issues, and they come in the mail. I've gotten 2 so far, so I'm not going to pretend that I've done this for a super duper long time. I've gotten 2 so far, and they're just nice little, they're short, really short, and the topics are very varied in each issue so far. I've really enjoyed them. I've enjoyed marking them up, using them. Like this current issue goes into, there's an article on politics and education. There's an article on the Nicene Creed. There's an article on systematic theology. There's a plea for more polemical preaching. There's a article on slavery in the Bible. So a lot of different topics, and they're short. I mean, it's only a couple pages long, with about 5 or 6 articles per issue. How many pages long is this? It's more than a couple. It's about 50 pages long. And so I get them. I read through one every couple days, one of the articles every couple days, and it's just good content. I mean, it's solid stuff, solid authors. You get a bit of church history, you get a bit of systematic theology, you get some apologetics, and it just kind of provides a steady stream of quality content that we can read, quality content to dig through that is just sharpening, just really sharpening. And so maybe this is something that you were looking for. You're wanting something that was kind of like subscription based and came out and came to your house at a regular cadence. This would be a really good thing to pick up. As I said, $30, and that includes the shipping. It was right around $32. I forget exactly what I paid, and I haven't been upset yet. If you're wanting to kind of dip your toe in the waters of church history and systematic theology, this would be a really good place to start, because you're going to get that. You're going to get stuff on the Nicene Creed. You're going to get perspectives on different people in church history. You're going to get snippets from primary source works in here at a very digestible level. And so if this is something you're interested in, I really didn't know what the purpose of this video was going to be, like if this was going to be a recommendation or if I'm just going to like talk about again what I'm interested in and what I've been enjoying. Really, it's that, but I will just go ahead and give the recommendation. If this is something that is interesting to you, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth your time to subscribe. I'll put the link in the description for the page on their website to subscribe to this if anyone is interested in this. It really is. It's been beneficial. It's helped with my own spiritual development, my own sanctification. It's even, the different articles have been timely for some of the things that I'm teaching through at my church. And so it's just been helpful. So if you were looking for something subscription-based, this is super helpful. I recommend it. It's fun to wait for the mail to show up every few weeks and to get a new issue of this that I can just kind of put on my coffee table. I can pick up and read. My wife can pick up and read. I could easily hand to somebody at church for them to read. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a different way to consume good biblical content, theological content, right? I can grab a book off my shelf and sit down and read. And, you know, that's kind of the normal way that I'll take in biblical content, theological content, is either through sitting and reading something larger, something in a book format, or like listening to a sermon, listening to a podcast. But this has kind of provided a new way for me to get good content in a different way, in a more unique way, in that it comes regularly. it's exciting, and I kind of just work through them slowly over a couple week period while I wait for the next one to show up. And it has me reading more diversely because there's different article topics. So yeah, I've just been enjoying the Banner of Truth magazine quite a bit. If you're interested in church history, historical theology, systematic theology, this would be a good thing for you to pick up, for you to subscribe to. And again, $30 for the year. You could try it for a year and then not resubscribe the next year. I think that would be great. I don't know if I need to say this, but I'm not like paid by Banner of Truth or anything like that. I'm literally just a fanboy going on about how much I enjoy this magazine and just the stuff that they put out in general. So yeah, check out the Banner of Truth magazine. It's totally worth your time. If you're a pastor, it's worth your time. If you're just, a layperson in your church and you want to dig a little bit deeper, this is a great way to start. Great place to kind of get acquainted with theology, church history. So I recommend it. Check it out.